It's official. We have a new chairman at the Federal Reserve Bank. His name is Kevin Worsh. He was handpicked by President Trump, and now the whole world and the stock market is watching because he's either going to pump the stock market and risk breaking the dollar, or he's going to save the dollar and risk breaking the economy. Now, the reason why this is even more interesting is because we're already starting to see conflicts between President Trump and Kevin Worsh. Before Kevin Worsh was actually entering the Federal Reserve Bank, President Trump made it very clear that he's not going to appoint anybody who would not do exactly what he says. President Trump wants lower interest rates, he wants more money printing, he wants more stimulus because all this stuff would boost the economy, boost the stock market. Well, Kevin Worsh just spoke in front of the Senate, and here's what he said, quote, "I will not be the president's sock puppet, and the Fed will stay strictly independent." Now, talking about the independent side, although it's called the Federal Reserve Bank, it's not a bank because you and I can't go there to deposit money. It's not a reserve because it's not sitting on any cash reserves, and it's not federal because, well, it's its own independent entity. And the reason why it's not federal is because every president would want a booming stock market and more economic stimulus. But the Federal Reserve Bank's job is not to appease the president, it's to do what's right for the economy. It's to balance economic stimulus with inflation. Because if the Federal Reserve Bank were to just cut interest rates and print money, that would boost the economy, but it would make an inflation problem. So the Federal Reserve Bank is supposed to manage the economic side with the inflation side. Every president would want a boost in the economy, but you can start to see how there are these two different things that you want to pay attention to. Now, whether or not the Federal Reserve Bank does a good job is a topic for a separate video, but that's why Kevin Worsh specifically talked about maintaining independence at the Federal Reserve Bank, because for some time it seemed like we would lose that sense of independence and that the Federal Reserve Bank would do whatever the president wanted. Of course, it's still very early to say that, but these are some of the concerns that people had. Now, Kevin Worsh has given some statements as to what he wants to do, and these are things you want to pay attention to, because if you can understand what the Federal Reserve Bank is going to do, you can understand where money is going to move, you can understand where the economy is going to move, and that can help you better understand investment opportunities. Because at the end of the day, the Federal Reserve Bank is the most powerful central bank in the world, not only because they can control and manipulate the United States economy, but they control and manipulate the world's reserve currency. That means that it can help influence our economy, they influence the value of our dollar, they influence the value of the stock market, and they influence the global economy as well. So let me break down some of the things that he is saying versus what President Trump wants. Now, I want to remind you that if you are an investor or want to become an investor, I have a free investing masterclass that I put together where I walk you through how you get started as an investor and how you can find hidden investment opportunities before they hit the headlines. There's a ton of value in this masterclass. It's completely free. And when you sign up for it, you're also going to get access to Market Briefs, which is my newsletter for investors, read by hundreds of thousands of investors every single morning. So if you have not read Market Briefs or watched my masterclass yet, I have the link for you to sign up down in the description below. So some of the things that Kevin Worsh has said during his confirmation over the last number of days is this, quote, "The president has never asked me to predetermine, commit, fix, or decide on any interest rate decision in any of our discussions." Now, that's a very interesting thing to say, because if you've been paying attention to any of the financial news or the things that I've been talking about on my channel, for the last year and some change, ever since President Trump entered the White House, he had been demanding the Federal Reserve Bank cut interest rates. President Trump has also said that the Federal Reserve Bank should cut interest rates down to around 1%. He has also said that the United States should have the lowest interest rates of any developed country in the world. The reason why President Trump wants lower interest rates is, for one, you can go out and get a mortgage cheaper, get a car cheaper, get a business loan cheaper, which would boost the economy. Number two, banks and institutions can borrow money cheaper, and that would pump up the stock market. And number three, the United States is sitting on about $39 trillion worth of national debt. And this debt is becoming more expensive, not just because you're accumulating more debt, but because the interest rate on that debt keeps going up as interest rates go higher. So it would give the ability to the government to refinance that debt at a lower interest rate. Well, President Trump has said time and time again that he wouldn't have appointed Kevin Worsh unless he would agree to cut interest rates. Now Kevin Worsh is saying something different on his first day on the job. He's saying, yeah, President Trump never asked me to actually cut interest rates. He never asked me to actually commit to cutting interest rates. So we're starting to see a little bit of a deviation over there. The reason why this is so significant right now is because when you cut interest rates, yes, you can boost the economy, but the consequence is inflation. Think of it this way. If mortgage rates fell to 4% tomorrow, you'd probably see a huge surge in buyers for houses. If everybody started buying a house again, you'd start to see more bidding wars on houses. As you see more bidding wars on houses, housing prices go up even higher. That's how it works. And you can start to see how the inflation problem could get worse. But right now, we are already facing another inflation problem. Inflation was already going up in the beginning part of 2026. This is pre-conflict in the Middle East. And then the United States attacked Iran. Oil prices shot up. These higher oil prices mean you have to pay higher gas prices. These higher oil prices mean we have higher diesel costs. That means higher shipping costs. That means higher grocery prices. That means higher fertilizer costs. So inflation is growing significantly. And as the prices of things are growing significantly, incomes have not been keeping up. Not just in the last 6 years or the last 50 years, but there's just a new trend that today, because of the 2026 inflation, the new inflation is outpacing people's wages. So the concern would be if Kevin Worsh came in and said, I'm going to stimulate, I'm going to cut interest rates, and I'm going to print money. That would be great for the stock market. That would be great for the asset owners, but that would be disastrous for the dollar. And now what we're seeing is Kevin Worsh is saying, no, I don't know if we're going to cut interest rates just yet. We have to wait and see. The other part is that Kevin Worsh pledged to keep the Federal Reserve Bank independent from the president. Some months ago, President Trump floated the idea of getting rid of Federal Reserve Bank independence. The idea being that the Federal Reserve Bank would consult with the president on what decisions they should do with money printing and interest rates. Kevin Worsh says, no, that's not going to happen. Kevin Worsh also said that we need to see a, quote, regime change in the conduct of policy, without explaining which regime change that actually means. Now, what is he talking about regarding the conduct of policy? We don't exactly know. Could it be policy on encouraging people to lend money to the United States government? Could it be policy on how the government spends money? Could it be policy on how the government raises taxes? A lot of uncertainty here. But the thing you want to understand is that Kevin Worsh, up until now, has said that he's going to do things his way, not President Trump's way. At the same time, President Trump says that we're going to have lower interest rates coming. President Trump says that we're going to have more stimulus coming. President Trump says that the Federal Reserve Bank is going to do what he says. So we're hearing some conflicting pieces of information. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what Kevin Worsh says or what President Trump says. What matters is what the Federal Reserve Bank does. Because in order for the Federal Reserve Bank to make a decision on interest rates, to cut interest rates and raise interest rates, it has to be a majority vote by the Federal Reserve Bank. And there are 12 voting members at the Federal Reserve Bank, which means if the chairman at the Federal Reserve Bank, Kevin Worsh, wanted to cut or raise interest rates, we need at least 7 people at the Federal Reserve Bank to agree to that decision. Well, here's why that is so important. The previous chairman at the Federal Reserve Bank, his name was Jerome Powell. He got a lot of heat from President Trump for not cutting interest rates. It got to the point where the Trump administration actually opened a criminal investigation on Jerome Powell. Well, Jerome Powell's term just expired on May 15th, and he said that he's going to step down as the chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank, but he's not going to leave the Federal Reserve Bank. He's going to stay one of the voting members until this criminal investigation is long behind him. So while Jerome Powell is no longer the head of the Fed, he is still a voting member at the Fed. Why does that matter? Because he might still vote not to cut interest rates, depending on how things change in the economy. So in order for any decisions to be made at the Federal Reserve Bank, We need that majority vote. And Kevin Worsh is just one vote in whatever direction that he wants to go. Now, the other interesting thing about Kevin Worsh is that he has worked at the Federal Reserve Bank before. He was at the Federal Reserve Bank during the 2008 crash time. During that time, when the economy crashed around 2008 to 2012, the Federal Reserve Bank was led by a guy named Ben Bernanke. And at the time, the Federal Reserve Bank was printing money to fund quantitative easing. Remember all the stimulus checks that were going out during the 2008 to 2012 time? And the Federal Reserve Bank cut interest rates very low to stimulate the economy. Well, during that time, what Kevin Worsh said was the Fed is making a mistake. We should not be cutting interest rates. We should not be printing money. We are going to cause hyperinflation. We are going to destroy the value of the dollar. So he was one of the dissenting opinions, one of the opposite opinions during that time in the 2008 to 2012 time. This has a lot of people thinking maybe he's going to try to save the dollar and not stimulate the economy. That's why there's so much confusion. Because if Kevin Worsh really wanted to save the dollar, well, he would have to do something different than what President Trump wants, because the dollar is facing attack. Right now, the United States government has about $39 trillion of national debt. Right now, the fastest growing expense for the government is not our military, it's not our infrastructure, it's not Social Security, it is our interest payments on the debt. And we keep spending trillions of dollars that we don't have. So we keep racking up our debt here in the United States. Well, Kevin Worsh has a problem. Because on one hand, you don't want to see an economy get hurt. But on the other hand, if we keep racking up more and more debt, people are going to start to have more concerns about the United States dollar. We're going to have more concerns about inflation. We're already seeing more concerns about inflation. And as people have more concerns about inflation and the dollar, they start to lose faith in the dollar. The reason why that matters is because our dollar is not backed by gold or any precious metal. It's backed by a promise that it has value. And so if people start to lose trust in the dollar, that could create more problems in our currency, more problems in inflation. So if Kevin Worsh wanted to now try to save the dollar, he has to fight inflation. The way you fight inflation is by raising interest rates and or removing dollars from the economy. Well, right now, interest rates have fallen since their peak of 2024. At the same time, the Federal Reserve Bank, as of today, is printing money. Every single month, the Federal Reserve Bank is printing money. This started back in December 2025. Before December 2025, the Federal Reserve Bank was pulling money out of the economy, but then in December 2025, the Federal Reserve Bank got worried, so they started printing more money. So now Federal Reserve Bank Chairman Kevin Worsh has to make a decision. What is your main concern? Is it the dollar or is it the economy? Because if you want to save the dollar, that could mean we see higher interest rates for longer. It could mean we see higher interest rates, which we can imagine would have some more pain in the economy because that means that mortgage rates would go up even higher, car loan rates would go up even higher, our national debt becomes even more expensive. You can start to see the problem with that. And the government can't really afford the national debt as it is today. The other part of that is the Federal Reserve Bank could also pull money out of the economy to try to fight inflation. Again, that has its own consequences. On the flip side, President Trump wants to see the stock market continue booming. He wants to see asset prices continue booming. Well, if you just pump up asset prices, that has other concerns because if you pump up asset prices, now you can make the inflation problem worse. And that's the part that we don't know what is going to happen. And we're seeing more and more concerns about the dollar, not just here in the United States, but globally, because more countries are saying we don't want to hold on to United States dollars. China is now a net seller of United States debt, not a net buyer. Japan, who is the largest foreign owner of United States dollars and United States debt, isn't buying as much debt as they used to before. So we're starting to see these changes because, well, some people are saying, I just don't want to hold on to dollars because I'm worried that these dollars are going to lose value. Fair assessment. And so either they're saying we're going to hold on to a different currency, our own currency, or we're going to hold on to physical gold. again, what is going to happen? That's what everybody is trying to understand, because we're getting mixed signals from the Federal Reserve Bank and the president. Now, the question you probably have is, when are we going to find out what he's actually going to do? And the reality is we're going to find out on June 16th and June 17th. That is the next Federal Reserve Bank meeting. That's when he's going to publicly be disclosing his thoughts and what the Federal Reserve Bank is doing. So stay tuned until June 16th, June 17th. I'll be keeping you posted here and on Market Briefs. So if you haven't signed up for my masterclass in Market Briefs yet, I have that link for you down in the description. So Kevin Worsh is now officially the new chairman at the Federal Reserve Bank. Jerome Powell, the previous chairman, has stepped down. The reason why this is so significant and important for you to understand is because Kevin Worsh has different opinions than President Trump. President Trump has said that his appointee is going to do what he says, is going to cut interest rates, and is going to listen to President Trump. Well, in the recent days, Kevin Worsh spoke in front of the Senate and said, no, I'm not going to do what Trump says. I'm going to do what's right for the economy, and I'm going to keep the Federal Reserve Bank independent. What does that mean? Only time will tell. But this is where we're starting to see a lot of conflicting pieces of information. The reason why this is so significant right now is because the economy is going through a big test. We're seeing inflation problems on one hand, we're seeing the economy slowing down and jobs getting hurt on the other hand. And the question is, what is Kevin Worsh going to do? Is he going to fight the inflation problem by raising interest rates or pulling money out? Or is he going to fight a slowing economy by cutting interest rates and pumping money into the economy? And we don't know. We're starting to see conflicting pieces of information, but ultimately only time will tell. If we take a look at history, Kevin Worsh was on the side of not stimulating the economy during the 2008 crash. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he does next. Again, he's going to be leading the Federal Reserve Bank as one of the voting members. The Federal Reserve Bank needs a majority vote to make a decision. But the next Federal Reserve Bank meeting is June 16th and 17th, and that's when we're going to really understand what his direction is, what his vision is, and what the current plan is for the Federal Reserve Bank. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you got value out of this video, the best thank you is a referral. So if you could, please share this video with a friend, family member, colleague, or fellow investor. That way we can continue to spread this type of financial education. Thank you. President Trump just signed an executive order creating a new way for Americans to retire in the United States. It's not going to be with a 401k, it's going to be with the TrumpIRA. Take a listen.
Every American, most high-income people have an employer that gives them a 401k with a match, but low-income people or Uber drivers or something, they don't have access to that.